Assalomu alaykum hammaga. Hammaga assalomu alaykum. Bugungi darsimizda Duolingo English testini qanaqa qilib probniy versiyada o'tishni va bu qismda qanaqa qismlarga e'tibor berishni tushuntiramiz. O'zingiz ko'rganingizdek, birinchi navbatda biz Google'ga Duolingo English test yozamiz. Duolingo English test va birinchi yozilgan, shuning uchun yozamiz va chiqadi. Va undan keyin esa birinchi navbatda bir reklama qilib turgan ekan. Masalan, birinchisini bosishingiz mumkin. Bosasiz. Keyin esa bu qismda sizdan registratsiya qilishni so'rashadi. Besplatniy registratsiya bosasiz va bu qismda agar o'zingiz registratsiya qilmagan bo'lsangiz, qanaqadir o'zingiz email pochtangizni yozgan holda, keyingi qismga o'zingiz email pochtangizni yozgan holda registratsiya qilishingiz mumkin bo'ladi. Undan keyin esa o'zi siz ismingizni o'sha yoshingizni tanigan holda, undan keyin taxminiy parolni bergan holda registratsiya qilishingiz mumkin bo'ladi va bizning qismimizda biz alohida registratsiya qilib bo'lganmiz. Va biz faqatgina уже есть account buni aniq ketasizlar, qora qilib ketasizlar, ko'rsatmaysizlar, mana email accountimni vxод qilamiz, kiramiz. Va kirganimizdan so'ng bizda bir nechta optionlar, bir nechta variantlar paydo bo'ladi va bu variantlar o'zingiz ko'rganingizdek 15 minut пройти пробный тест, тренируйтесь сколько угодно. Пробный тест olishimiz mumkin yoki $49 оплатить тест, оплатить сейчас и пройдите тест в любое время в течение 21 дня. Оплата qilishimiz mumkin, to'lov qilishimiz mumkin-da. И 21 masalan oplata qilib bo'lganimizdan birinchi to'lovni amalga oshirganimizdan so'ng esa 21 kun davomida bizga bemalol bu testni o'tishga ruxsat berishar ekan. Bizning bugungi darsimizdan maqsad faqatgina probniy test, ya'ni taxminiy testni o'tish hisoblanadi. Keyin shu ishni qilamiz birgalikda va undan keyin esa internet qilamiz. Undan keyin esa haqiqiy testni topshirishga harakat qilib ko'ramiz. Buning uchun bizga internet kerak bo'ladi. Internetni amalga oshirish uchun Xo'p, o'z ko'rganingizdek, пройти пробный testni bosamiz va bizda maqsudda пройти пробный тест и получите примерную оценку, ознакомьтесь с заданиями. Пробный тест займет всего 15 минут, получите примерную оценку задания. O'z ko'rganingizdek, qanaqadir mashqlar turlarini bilan ko'rishimiz mumkin, 15 daqiqa davomida bajarishimiz mumkin va taxminiy balimizni, taxminiy bilimimizni tushunishimiz mumkin. Пробный тест может включать типы заданий, которые не используются в сертификационном тестировании. Demak, o'qishda taxminiy probniy darsimizda asosiy test vaqtida amalga oshirilmaydigan va so'ralmaydigan testlar ko'rinishi va paydo bo'lishi mumkin. Shuni keyin birgalikda olib ko'ramiz. Спрашивает разрешение на камеры, микрофона bemalol ishlatavering. Xo'p, больше микрофон, камера работает корректно. Windows, перейти к Start, настройка. Demak, Windowsga borar ekanmiz. Перейти в меню Start, настройки, конфиденциальность. Откуда мы найдем конфиденциальность сейчас? Конфиденциальность. Вот откуда найдем это сейчас? Конфиденциальность. Блин. Параметры, конфиденциальность. Where is конфиденциальность? Конфиденциальность. Решить приложение deymiz. Включить qilamiz. Endi повторно qilib ko'ramiz shu ishni. Выйти и пройти пробный тест. Еще раз. Проверяем устройство. Увидите, что узнать больше. Службы поддержки. Настройки микрофона. Конфиг микрофон. Да, реши. Хай. Найти разрешить предложение собственного кара. Да. Вот. Видите. Проверим еще раз. Пробный тест. Давай. Работал, сработал. Все сработал. Давайте теперь. Выберите, o'z ko'rgazingizda birinchi savol turlarimizda выберите список so'zlar va angliski yuzga nimaga bu rus tilida tushunmadim men. Xo'p, demak bu qismda o'z ko'rgazdik ingliz tilida mavjud bo'lgan so'zlarni tanlab olishimiz kerak ekan. Tanlab olaylik, keling, men birinchi flashback pro olyapti. Xo'p, back degan so'z bor, service degan so'z yo'q, birthday degan so'z table bor, well bor, same bor, some bor, from bor, 14 bor, ko'p bor, likes bor. Girls, done, read, whole part degan so'z yo'q.
When was she born?
When was she born? Xo'p, yozamiz. When was she born? O'z ko'rgazingizda bu savol, bu tekst turida, bu savol turlarida nima qilish kerak ekan? Men balandroq qilib qo'ysam. 1 minut. Bu savol turi nima edi bu? Bu savol turlarida siz eshitishingiz kerak edi. Eshitgan narsangizni yozishingiz kerak. Mana when was she born deb yozdim. Eshitgan holatda.
When was she born?
Wow. When was she born deb yozdim. Qisqasi 50 qilaylik, 60 qilaylik. Yetadi. Keyingisi.
Estimate.
Estimate? Bor. Sim degan so'z bor.
Towage.
Yo'q, bunaqa so'z. 35.
Exterior.
Bunaqa so'z yo'q.
Spicy.
Spicy degan so'z bor.
Decimate.
Decimate degan so'z yo'q.
Agent.
Agent bor.
Across.
Bunaqa so'z yo'q.
Besides.
Besides bor.
Parental.
Parental degan so'z yo'q. Visiting book, чтобы восстановить text. The Beatles were an English rock band started in Liverpool, England in the 60s. They were and still are one of the most successful and influential bands in the world, in the history of modern music. Bo'ldi, bu oson, juda ham oson. Keyingisiga o'tamiz. Загружаем. Опишите изображение одной из ko'rgazingizda yonib ketgan o'shani описывать qilishimiz kerak. The picture shows deymiz. The picture illustrates the car which is burning in the background, and another car in the foreground. Apparently something bad happened. Damn it. What? That was the person. Okay, we will get in touch with you as quickly as possible.
All of her works were published by the same publisher.
All the works were published by Wait, man tomonga ko'rsatib qo'ydi shu. Published by the same publisher. Eshitamiz yana.
All of her works were published by the same publisher.
Her works.
All of her works were published by the same publisher.
All through works? O'zida deylik, ikkinchini. Boshqa. Xo'p, eshitishimiz kerak, fusuq o'qishimiz kerak. O'qiymiz. The Earth's atmosphere has changed a lot. Administration work хорошо, then started the Beatles in his hometown Liverpool with McCartney, and after Ringo joined the band, they became very successful, and people were excited by their music and their live performances. All was always pleased audiences. Maybe to'g'ri bo'lgan ingliz tilida bo'lgan so'zlarni tanishimiz kerak. Conclusively, leadline, reckless, intolerable, offspring, trousers, scramble, thereafter, domain, computably, no, disruptive, consultation, immune, strife, burial. Well, Coventy, no so'z yo'q. Discriminate bor.
Insuive.
Insuive degan so'z yo'q.
Spotted.
No.
Formula
bor.
Faultil
yo'q.
Marailer.
What?
Portrait
bor.
Suspense
bor. Eshitilgan yozilgan gapni o'qishimiz kerak. O'qiymiz. If you need help getting another job, I will help you with that. Yana eshitishimiz kerak, topishimiz kerak, to'g'ri bu so'z bormi yo'qmi o'zbekcha ingliz tilida? Shutter bor.
Recensely.
Yo'q.
Animation
yo'q. Animation. Retailer bor. Trudent? No.
Indivert. Stereo. Intellect
bor.
Pinpoint
bor.
Even without seeing, I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice.
Even without seeing you, I would have recognized you by your voice, probably. Even without seeing you, I would have recognized you by your voice.
Even without seeing, I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice.
By the sound of your voice. The sound of your voice dedi. Yaxshi. Mana this. What?
Even without seeing, I would have recognized you by the sound of your voice.
Tushunarli. Over a dozen licenses variations of Sega Genesis have been released in addition to models made by Sega and several alternative alternative emas ekan bu. Altering alteration. No. Alternate можно. Were made by other companies such as Majesco, whatever. Boshqalar. O'z ko'rganingizdek so'zlarni, belgilangan so'zlarni logika bilan farosat ishlatgan holda, grammatika ishlatgan holda qo'yib chiqish kerak bo'ldi. Boshqa ish kerak emas. Tushunmaymi? Пожалуйста, не делайте так. Noldan boshlamayman. Noldan boshlavordim. Voy, yanam ya. yana shu ishni qilishim kerakmi? Xo'p, texnik nosozlik yana o'rnata qilishim kerakmi o'zim? Minneapolis is a city, Minnesota. Is in a city, Minnesota. It is next to Minnesota. Is our call it twin cities because they are right next to each other. Minneapolis is the biggest city in Minnesota with about people people who live here enjoy the lakes, parks, and river. Okay.
Last year, she was living with us.
Last year, she was living with us. Last year, she was living with us today.
Last year, she was living with us. Last year, she was living with us.
Хоп, demek ingliz tilida bor mavjud выберите из списка существующие в английском слова. Fold, port, gallon, wet, beef, greasy, celebrity, advantage, soap, internet, living. So'zlarni bor so'zlarni eshitishimiz kerak edi, topishimiz kerak.
Compligen.
Yo'q.
Occurrence.
Yes.
Mutual.
Yes.
Supervision.
Yes.
Caution.
Yes.
Poving.
No.
Beak.
Yes.
Concept.
Yes.
Questically.
Questically? What is questically? This stupid. The picture demonstrates a little girl in bed with her doll beside her. Apparently, she's going to sleep. She is going to sleep, and her parents are saying good night. Good night. Done. Прочтенный вслух приложение запишите для вас подты. Оқышымыз, eshitishimiz kerak. Gapirishimiz kerak. The teacher had a long discussion with the student. Xo'p, eshitishimiz kerak, topishimiz kerak.
Acquaintance.
Acquaintance bor.
Pony.
Pony bor.
Sensibility.
Sensibility bor.
Devastating.
Devastating bor.
Domacy.
Yo'q.
Pit.
Pit bor.
Integrate.
Immigrate?
Integrate.
Integrate?
Integrate.
Integrate yo'q.
Preventure.
Preventure yo'q.
Contrapolic.
Yo'q. There are many paintings in the castle. There are portrait of English kings and whereas what? Of members of the family who owned the castle. Hope. There are many paintings in the castle. There are portraits of English kings and queens as well as of members of the family who owned the castle.
Finally, the results of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine.
Finally, the result of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine.
Finally, the results of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine.
bitti jawabim hammasini.
Finally, the results of this investigation were published in a scientific magazine.
Tushunarli. Xo'p, yozilgan narsani eshitishimiz kerak. Gapirishimiz kerak. I will have gone to the movies by the time you decide what you want to do. Endi bor so'zlarni topishimiz kerak. Orchestral solutions in contrast to his probably other operas appear to be satirical with his initial scene, which remained relatable and relatively unchanged in the press.